Welcome back, everyone, to Final Fantasy XIV Online with Roselore Serafina. We are heading into episode 314, and we are slowly working out crafting. Now, we will not have access to collections until we get to Heavensward. So I'd best put myself down for the Akh Afah Amphitheater and hard, and cross my fingers. Here we go. Alright, apologies for my voice, guys. I've got a little bit of a flu happening. So, what the advice is, in general, is, or what the word is that we need to complete a quest. I think it's called Inscrutable Tastes, which we can pick up in Ishgard when we get there. And what that will do is unlock collectibles. The joy of collectibles is that we can then craft our way to more XP and basically improve our skills that way. The other thing we have to be is level 50 in our crafters. So let's check our crafters. Right, so most of them are less than level 50. Weaver's at 50, Armor is at 50, but the rest are below. So I'm thinking what we might do is we'll check our crystals, because I did this with my other character to test it out, and I discovered that crafting is all very well and good, provided you have the crystals you need. So let's have a look at that. So that'll be I for inventory, key items and crystals, go down to here. Alright, so we're good for everything except ice shards. Although having said that, that is going to be used up pretty quick. Alright, so, right. We've got plenty of space in our backpack. Our gatherers are at level 50 and above. They can always be improved. Our gear level is probably not as good as I want it to be. Let's go to attributes. So these are attributes here. When you change your role, your attributes change. So we'll go to Alchemist. Okay, so craftsmanship is at 234 and control is at 250. Now that's going to get important in a minute when we choose what leves we're going to do. So we're going to just check for better gear. No, we've got the best gear we can have at the moment. Yeah. Alright, although we can improve over here, I feel. Okay. Well, look, why don't we just start with A for Alchemist and work our way through. So Alchemist is 46. We're actually going to go to... now, we can go to any of the major cities to do this. I like going to Limsa because I know where I'm at. But let's see where our home point is set. Okay, New Gridania. So what we're going to do for Alchemist... we should have gone to Ul'dah, but anyway... Alright, what we're going to do for Alchemist is we're going to head on down to the inn. Now for any city, just go to your Adventurers Guild, to where you go for your inn rooms. We're not going to go into the inn room though, because we're going to go see the Lev Met instead. So in each region, once you've unlocked city Levs, there is a Lev Met in your main inn. In Gridania, it's Gontrand. So let's have a quick word with him. People of the Twelves would need your help, adventurer. Have you the courage to provide it? Of course I do. We're going to go down to Tradecraft Levs, because we're going to use our Levs to level up our trade. Okay. We're looking for the Alchemy symbol. There are no Levs. Of course, because we're in New Gridania. If we were looking for carpentry, we'd have lots of Levs. Alright, we're not going to do that yet. Fine then, let's go to Ul'dah. Oh, I know. Point 2. When you're leveling up your crafts in the base areas, you will need to go to the city that the craft is based in order to get the crafts for that area. Later on, you get to have more crafts in different areas, but early on, they do limit it to your home, to the region for the craft. Oh, I forgot. My bad. Let's go to the Adventurers Guild. So this is how you get to your well, I'm going to call him a universal leve net. You have one for each region. Here we go. So these are called the city-states, and the city-state leve net in Ul'dah is Eustace. Okay, greetings, adventurer. Ideal in issuing guild leves. We're after tradecraft leves. Bingo! Here are our alchemy leves. Our fieldcraft leves consist of miner, and that's it. So botanist leves you find in New Gridania. Fisher leves you'll find in Limsa. Go to tradecraft. You'll find we have no carpentry, blacksmith, armourer. We will have goldsmith leves, so we can do our goldsmithing while we're here. No leather worker, no. We will have weaver leves as well, and our alchemy, but we won't have culinarian. So we'll start with alchemist. Now, usually when I do a leve, I will start at the bottom and do the highest tier leves first, and then work my way up. But our item level in gear is 31. And our attributes are craftsmanship of 234 and control of 215. And we don't have, or do we? Check our foods. Okay, that'll give me more control. Gathering and perception, skill speed. Alright. We have one crafting food on us. And we have 10 of it. So we could use that to increase our control. Might as well do that now, because it'll also give me well fed, which will give me an XP boost. We'll just have to wait till I'm done with what I'm doing. I'm talking to the leve net, so it won't let me fiddle around with my bag while I'm doing that. Apparently that's rude. Go figure. Right, next thing I want to do is want to hit N on my keyboard and bring up my crafting log. I don't know what you hit with your controller, so someone may wish to put that in the comments so that people know. Right. Now, Sleepless in Silver tier, the reason we don't want to do our leves at the level that we're at is okay, craftsmanship of 136. What are my attributes? 234. We could do it, couldn't we? Control of 215. Okay, sometimes you don't have the craftsmanship. That's up there. Let's what are we doing? Okay, Sleepless in Silver tier, they want us to make potent sleeping potion. Alright. Let's do a recipe search. So we go potent SLE. Alrighty. We need a craftsmanship of 161, so check, we can do our craftsmanship. We need quicksilver, ochuvine, and desert saffron. Do any of my retainers have these? I have some ochuvine, but I have no desert saffron. Now, if I the other thing I do is I tend to go over to the Eorzea database. And what I'm checking for is to see if I can purchase it. Okay, so there's nowhere in the game that will tell you if you can purchase it from somewhere. Okay, and in this case, the Eorzea database tells me that I cannot purchase desert saffron. So we right click on that, and we can go by gathering. If we feel like gathering, yes, we can go and get desert saffron from out near Broken Water. And this is the other reason why I don't want to do the high level levs yet, because I would have to get up with my gatherer, wander all the way out to Broken Water, and pick myself some desert saffron, and I don't feel like doing my gathering at the same time. We could though. Ochuvines, what does the Eorzea database have to tell us about those? I think it'll tell us it can't be bought and that we need to go and gather it from Ochu and Microchew. Yeah, you cannot purchase it. But if we go hunting milkroot clusters and Ochu in East Shroud, we can gather some, and that would take us a little while. But that would also help us level up some of our what do you call it? Fighting classes, right? And Quicksilver, of course. We go right click. We go search for item by crafting method. Well, actually, just search for the item, see if I've made it. Alright, I have 38 of it. That's pretty good, actually. By crafting method, we would then find we needed cinnabar, which Ooh, Ragath has 1. But otherwise we search for items by gathering. We can get it at Horizon's Edge, which is nearby. Alright, so the short version is we are going to go into our very basic crafting levels. 1, 5, and 10. I think 15 will require us to gather things. Let me just check. Ash wand. Yeah, so we can't get ash anywhere. Where's my N? Right, let's try that. Alright, so we need an ash branch and growth formula. Can I buy ash branch in Final Fantasy? AO's your database says. Yes, I can buy ash branches. Alright, let's check up growth formula beta. Oh, we don't need to even type it in, we just need to go right click. Let's search for it. I have 6 with Ragath, that's always nice. We should keep a stock of those on hand anyway. And by crafting method, alright, so we need Quicksilver, which is Cinnabar, Jellyfish Umbrella, which is... I can purchase Jellyfish Umbrellas, I can purchase Cinnabar, and I can purchase Rock Salt. Alright, so maybe level 15 isn't out of it. So let's start with the level 15 labs. We'll check with Budding Ash Wand. There is one other thing we need to check as well. And that I hadn't completely forgotten. Alright, let's check Budding Ash Wand. So where am I getting the names from? Down here, objectives, deliver a Budding Ash Wand. So we'll just put in Budding Ash, that should be enough. Alright, growth formula beta and the ash wand, so that would work, we could do that one. Writing is not on the wall, enchanted silver ink. Enchanted sill, what do we get? Acidic secretions and silver sand, now that one could be problematic. Let me see if we can purchase that one. Okay, silver sand, wasn't it? So basically, when you're doing your crafting, it's knowing, yeah, you cannot purchase silver sand. So we'll avoid our level 20s. We'll just check our book in a hard place and make sure that that's not going to be the exception to the rule. So this is our engraved hard leather grimoire. Engraved hard leather. Requires a hard leather grimoire, hard leather, and a yew log. I have a feeling we can't purchase yew logs. Yeah, we have to go and hunt those up. Alright, so maybe we will start with... Alright. Let's go through our level 10s. You know what? Why don't we just start at the top? Here we go. So we'll go. Yep. Try again. We can only accept 16 of these, so... You know what? We might as well go that way. Right. Cannot accept any more levs because we have 16 in here. So we're going to start with leveling up our alchemist. Now, I'm going to toddle on over to the first place we're going to go before we go on a spending spree. Yeah, actually that was something I wanted to do. N, not M. Alright, so this is going to require water shards. Okay, alchemy recipes require water shards and lightning shards. I have 1,000 of each. It might be enough. Okay, water shards for your low level and lightning. Alright, so you got to make sure you've got your shards as well. Now, I tried to buy fire shards for my other character because she's leveling up cuisine. And I discovered that people are indeed selling fire shards for the reasonable price of 80 apiece. However, they're selling them in batches so big that the lowest price I could find was 84,000, and my poor little starter character only had 70 on her, so she missed out. She had to go and harvest her own fire shards. She'll get over it. So let's head on down to Sapphire Avenue. Okay, so first things first. Over to our summoning bell. Well, first things first, we need a list. So N, J. Right. So this way, just move that over. Down to leve quests. We're going to start at the low levels. I thought there were 3 level 1. Maybe I missed one. Alright, Mercury Rising. We need a vial of Quicksilver. Into the recipe search. You'll see we've looked up Quicksilver before, so it's there. Cinnabar. Now first things first. Right click. Search for item. Alright, Hragath has Quicksilver. Let us get our Quicksilver out of our retainer. What do you have need of? It's also no duplicates today, radio. Alright, retrieve that, and we'll retrieve that. This is something I always forget to do. I end up buying so much stuff that it's crazy. Alright, back into N if it will let me. Yep. And into J if it will let me. Rightio, the next thing we need. Okay, so I can turn that in now. Right. One for the books. I need a leather grimoire. Leather grim. Sounds all kinds of wrong. Alright, for that I need some enchanted copper ink. Let me see if I own any first. Hragath has it. Right. Okay, we have some enchanted copper ink. I want 3 or 4 of each of these. We need some leather. Alright, that might actually be in my other... Well, let's right click, search for item. Okay, Andreas has leather. Let me just put down leather. I'm going to put down and here, and we'll put down leather. We'll get the leather out of Andreas in a minute. Maple logs, search for item. No one has any, but we can purchase those if we want to. Might mean a bit of travelling. Hemp and yarn. Do we have any? Yep, so Andreas has our hemp yarn. Okay. That's for our leather grimoire. Now, what's next? On the drip. A bottle of eye drops. Right. Rock salt, yellow ginseng. Uh-oh. But we can buy it. I just have to remember where. I think from the Alchemy Guild. Let me check. We'll head on over to our own little database here called Google. We'll check it out. Yellow ginseng. Eorzea database. Esmone. Ul'dah Steps of Thal. Okay. I think that means he's in the markets here, so we'll check it out. If we didn't want to buy it, we could look for it with our botany skill. So you go by gathering method. Yellow ginseng in the clutch. So there's Blackbrush Station, there's the clutch. So we could go there and get it if we wanted to. If we weren't being lazy. Right. So we can do our eye drops. Does anyone have rock salt on them? Let's get the rock salt out of Hragath. Block 5. Okay. Alright, what's next? I don't know, let's check it. Distill my heart. Oh no. Bottle of distilled water. Do you know what? I think I have a ton of that in. I think Hragath actually has it. They are distilled water. Let's retrieve those from our... So we can hand a lot of these in straight up because we have been playing with our basic things. Wandful Tonight. Let's check that one out. budding maple wand. Now we did look that up, didn't we? Crafting log. Go. No, we looked up budding ash wand. Budding May. Alrighty. Growth formula alpha and a maple wand. Crafting method. Growth formula alpha again and a maple branch. Do any of our people have? Yes, Andreas has some maple branches. So all I'm doing is consolidating my inventory. Growth formula alpha, does anyone own that? No one has it, but we do need to look it up by crafting method. Okay, shriek shrooms. I'm pretty sure I saw some in okay, I saw one in Hragith's in the first block. Shriek shroom. Can I buy it? I think I can buy that from the alchemist. Let's double check. I might be able to get it from Esmene too. Okay, I can get shriek shroom from pretty much any of the things. So we're going to need to get some shriek shroom. Okay. All right, who's next? Quicksilver we've got and the rock salt we've got. So that's good. We've got all of that. Now the next thing we need. Because I literally hate running around a lot, so I'm just going to make sure I've got this. Morning glass, we have vials of ether. Apparently I have that on me, so we'll get that out of there. Shut up and take my gill. We need an ash wand now. We go to budding ash, and then I'm just going to go to ash. We're going to go right click and crafting. That requires growth formula beta. Who owns it? Hragith. Block 6, they said. I could be wrong. Nope. There we are. Okay. And ash branch. Does anyone own that one? Let me see who has that. Andreas. Alright. So we have that down. Now, the next thing we need. I don't know. What do we need? We have a look. Book in a hard place. Engraved hard leather grimoire. Now we did look that up and we needed a hard leather grimoire to go with it. So grab this. Who has the hard leather? That would be Andreas. Hard leather. Who has the U-logs? Also Andreas, thank goodness. Now this is where we would have had to have gone and gathered, but now we don't. Okay. Let's go to here, search by crafting method because no one's holding on to one of those. Alright. Hard leather we've got. Elm log. Who's got elm logs? Again with Andreas. And cotton yarn. Who's got cotton yarn? Andreas. So it looks like Andreas is holding on to my clothing, logging, supplies. Alright. And enchanted iron ink, we're going to search by crafting method. Iron sand and viscous secretions. Who has that? Hragith. Let's go find those. Block 4. Okay, so it should be in here. Yep, there we are. Okay. And now we need the iron sand, which I think that's bomb ash. And I got my hopes up. I think it's mining and I think it's Andreas. Yeah. Let's check and see though. He might not have any on him. No. Alright, so can we buy iron sand? Well, yes. Esmene. That's pretty good actually. We're getting a lot of our stuff from Esmene. Okay. Well, now that we know that, let's find my poor retainer again. Escape. We're going to go to quit. Thank you. We're going to go to Andreas. I did summon. And trust to withdraw items and trust duplicates. Posty skin, huh? Alright. Okay. Let's sort everything, because then everything will be in nice neat bundles. So when we go looking for leather, it'll all be in one spot. All our yarn will be in one spot. It'll be nice. So we needed maple lumber. Ooh, well, we'll have both of those. So I can tick that little... We didn't need maple lumber. We needed maple branches. We did need ash lumber though. And elm lumber. And yew lumber. Alright, ash log, elm log, yew log. Let me just grab those. We needed a maple branch. Yes. We're going to need some more of those. Did we need an ash branch? Yes, we needed an ash branch. And we needed yew logs and elm logs, which we just pulled out. Now we needed cotton and hempen. So over here I have my hempen yarn and my cotton yarn, and then things get expensive. Okay, gotcha. Okay, after that it's leather and hard leather. So there's my leather, more leather, and some hard leather. Okay, so that's everything that we need from him that he actually has. Okay. I'm having a morning. Alrighty, let's just close that for now. And we'll close that for now, painful thing that is. Let's go and find Esmone. Now, Esmone is a supplier. Wait, he's not the Fieldcraft. No, that's Uriabasa. Oh, man. Alright, that's Sintgoat. Raracura. So maybe Esmone is actually the guy. You know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing a tradecraft merchant. Maybe I've run past him about 500 times. Let's check. Do. I know, like I said, I can do this really well in Ul'dah, Limsa. Oh no, there he is. Freduri is the tradecraft merchant. And he has all of these. So your mineral water that we'd need. Shriek shrooms. No, we're not buying one shriek shroom. We're buying 99 shriek shrooms. Maple lumber and maple logs we can buy. I just buy 99 of those. Hemp and yarn we can buy. How much do we have on us? Yeah, not enough. Or I could buy moko grass, which I might actually do. It's the long way to do it. And we need an... Is it 3 or 2? 2. Okay, so I need an even number. Cock feathers leather, so you buy your leather from here as well. Growth formula alpha if I don't want to make it. I know, very tempting. But we do want to increase our alchemy skill, so maybe not. So here's your quicksilver as well if you have bought 99 of it, yeah. Distilled water. Did I need more of that? Let me have a look. 82 and 16, so we're good for distilled water. Maple sap, silver, cinnabar. No, because that's for making quicksilver and we have enough of that. Tallow candles. But I'm not seeing our yeah, alright. So that's all we can get from the Tradecraft merchant. Always check him when you've got crafting requirements. It's much cheaper than your market board. Out of curiosity, let's go and check and see how much shards are while we're here. Okay, so 5 shards. See again. Now, when you're selling, just as of FYI, I have 182,000 gil. It's not a lot. So when you're going to sell 6,000 fire shards for 70p, that 70p is a great price. But you're selling so many of them, I can't buy it. If you were selling a batch of 3,000, it would still be too much. I would say maybe sell them in batches of 1 or 2,000. It's a pain in the neck, but you could do it. Because as you can see, there is nothing. Okay, I can afford that, but it would wipe out most of my funding. Alright, so I'm more likely to buy, out of this batch, I would be more likely to buy the 89 gil fire shards over the 70 gil, simply because the end price at 1,000 is something I can afford. It's as simple as that most of the time. So the same with ice shards. We just click on that. Okay, 79. There's for 6,000 is too much, but for 1,000, if I wanted, I could actually afford that, and I would if I had it. But when you're selling these, your crafters who are going to be using the shards most often are the little guys, the guys who aren't crafting like the big expensive stuff. I mean, you'll have the big crafters using it for the basic materials, but your little guys who are just starting out aren't going to be able to afford this much most of the time. Just so you know. So here, I could absolutely buy that. I'm very, very freaking tempted. Because it's a small amount. What is my wind shard supply like? Let's have a look. I've got 2,000 of it. Alright, so maybe not this time, but that is almost too good a deal to pass up. It's only 300, it's still 17,000. It's cheaper than the others, but the most tempting thing about it is the quantity of 300 that we could afford. Alright, earth shards. I could afford that. That's fantastic. So I could buy those. What are my earth shards like? Nearly 2,000, so alright. But these are prices that most people can come at. Lightning shards. Ooh, what are my lightning shards like? They're a little low, aren't they? What's my funding like? Alright, G-Goblin, thank you. Ow. Oh, I know. But that's pretty good. Lightning shards. Let's have a look at our water shards, because we're going to be using a few of those today. Ow, but reasonable and in a batch that I can achieve, so we'll grab that as well. Oh, this is me I'm paying for my laziness, basically. Yeah. Some of those bigger numbers look really tempting. I just can't. What is that? What do I use that for? How much has it sold for in the past? Right. Quite a lot. So if you get one of those, gotcha. It's a small fortune. Huh. Okay. Alright, so again, making gil out of... What's that? Never been sold. Probably because it's really rare. Okay, this one's been sold at 100,000. Yeah, I see. Alright. So you'd have to know what these things are for to know why they're that high, but the sky stuff is pretty high. Okay, so we've done that. Now, what are we doing next? we are going to go to the Alchemy Guild to pick up our maple and whatnot branches. See, if you've got more time, what you do is you can actually go out using your botany skill and you can collect most of these. And that's what I did for my first character while I was still getting the feel for the game. But when you're in a bit of a hurry, or you just don't want to spend 6 hours grinding through your botany and collecting, then you pay for it. Okay. What I love about these Ethernet shards is they point you at the place you want to be. Now, Guild Supplier, Esmone, there you are. Okay, Shrink Shrooms, Chanterelle's Cloves, Iron Sand, we'll have that. Maple Lumber, Ash Lumber, Maple Log, Ash Log. We're actually after Maple Branches. We're after, now I got the Makoko Grass for the hemp and yarn. I'm going to buy cotton bolts for cotton yarn. I'm not actually going to spend that much on cotton yarn, so hard leather and leather animal skins would be a better way to go. Beast skin, blood, viscous secretions. How many of those have we got? I think I went nuts and bought them last time. Okay, we need some more of those. So there's my yellow ginseng. And there's my viscous secretions. Oh, this is where you get red land trap leaves. Jellyfish umbrellas. I had that on my list of things I needed to buy. So there we go. Alright, so we've got our maple logs, yellow ginseng, shriek shroom, iron sand. How are we going for our cotton yarn? Pathetically. Alright, well that's fine. We'll get some more of that in a minute. Thank you, Esmone. Let's go get some cotton ball. Which are at the Weavers Guild. No. So each guild has a supplier, and you can generally buy the basic things you need for that guild's crafts at that guild. Let me just check and see what we need for cotton yarn. Yep, I need 2, so I'd like an even number. Okay. Nations Beast, hard leather, 31, leather 8. So shop around, it looks like. Which I didn't do, but anyway. Okay. I wanted to look at my maple and ash branches. So let me just sort this out so it's pretty. There we go, now it's... Alright, so I have plenty of maple branches. What I need is ash branches. Sigh. And I need to go to New Gridania for that. It's alright, we can come back. The trip to New Gridania is free, but the trip back is going to cost us. So, however, it does save us in time for that. Now, ash branches are Furiel. I'm going to take a bet and say Furiel is actually in the Carpenter's Guild. I've come off the wrong way. So let's go this way. You'll still notice that after 40 minutes, I'm still waiting for the Akh Afah Amphitheater. Oops, we don't need to go and see Master Beaten just yet. Guild Supplier. Ash Branch. Ow. I know, the price of laziness. Ow, ow, ow. Alright, so that's pretty good. So now we're going to go back to Ul'dah with all of our supplies on board. And I'm just going to jump over here. We're going to grab our Ethernet. So these are the things you can do while you're waiting for your main story quest. So we can't advance the main story until we've done Akh Afah Amphitheater. And I don't think I'm good enough to do it with a party of NPCs. So let's go to the airship landing in New Gridania. Because I don't feel like running. Go figure. And we're going to head on down the stairs. Oh wait, I'm already there. What am I thinking? Airship ticketer. Purchase passage to Ul'dah. It's only going to cost us 120 gil as opposed to the couple of hundred gil that it would normally cost us. We'll end up at the airship landing. Yeah, beautiful. That's right. I got so lost the first time I was here. I could not find the lift attendant. We are not telling him that. Alright, down to here. A lot of what we've crafted is going to be able to be handed in to the fellow over here, Rorik. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to just hand in what we can. We're going to hand in high quality where we can, so Mercury Rising. Good morning, handing in or picking up. One moment please. Right click, hand over. One, yep, handing in. Alright, so it's going to give us some extra bits. He didn't want any extra ones of those, that's fine, we had them in case. Distill my heart. Let's hand in some high quality distilled water. There we go. He doesn't want any extra of those, no, of course not. And morning glass of ether. Alright, these are just ordinary. There we are, our first level up. So what I want to do is I want to get all of these guys up to at least level 50 before we hit the main thing. Alright, so let's back up a little bit. Sigh and J. Let's start. One for the books. Leather grimoire. N. Is it still there? No, we have searched for enough that it's run away. So we're looking for a leather grim. Now I could quick synth those. I only have one enchanted copper. I have 2 enchanted copper ink. My bad. Okay, I'm going to make 3 of them. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to make the one and we'll see if he asks us for another one. We're going to use high quality materials. We could quick synthesize it. And we would get the same amount of XP for crafting it, but we wouldn't get the same amount of XP for crafting and handing in a normal one as we do for handing in a good one. So let's hand them in a good one. We are... Okay, now. I know, I'm just checking where everything is on here. Because I have rearranged stuff before. Just remove that from there. We're not a high enough level to bring that next one across yet, so we'll just put up with this. Now, what's this? Okay, that's 100%. No. Let's go. And do I have my mushroom? I do have my mushroom. Okay, I don't need it though. This is the other reason you want to do slightly lower than your level stuff and lower than your gear. Okay, because it's quick to craft. Let's see if he wants any more of our high quality stuff. So we're going to hand this one in. One for the books. Handing in a high quality. We're really sure we want to do that. Completing it gives us 4,000. He doesn't want another one of those, so that's, we saved ourselves some time. And here, on the drip, bottles of eye drops. N. Recipe search. Eye drop. Rock salt and yellow ginseng. Let's go. Study it first. High quality next. Little mushroom every time because it restores our CP. Not that we need it. That'll give us 3. So I made the alchemist. Clearly it was one we hadn't done yet. On the drip, we're going to hand in some high quality eye drops. Sign here. Please have a nice day. Alright. Normally I do everything at once, but today I'm being a little quiet and a little cautious with it. Because crafting is expensive. One full tonight, budding maple wand. Let's go now. I'm a little bit tired of having to move this all the time, so I'm just bottle that way. Okay. Budding ash wand N. Okay, we're going to need an ash wand first, if I remember rightly. Yeah. Yes, there's your budding ash wand. There's your ash wand. Right, let us make one of these. Study it. 100%. That one. Hit this one. Little mushroom. Hit that one. Veneration. And an eye for detail. Alchemist 1. Alright. Now we're going to go down to budding ash wand. Right click, select the material. I'm going to grab some growth formula beta, which we already have. It would be better if that was high quality, but we're not being bothered to make some more at the moment, so we're just going to live with that. Synthesize. And away we go again, so study it. So what we're doing is observe. Then we're doing great strides. We're doing tricks of the trade. And away we go. And tricks of the trade again to restore these. Now I'm going to use Master's Mend to restore all the quality. I'm going to go Veneration, and we're going to craft it. Ooh, got to use that twice. Right, let's see if he wants any more of our excellent product. Everything is impossible. Let's hand that over to him. Okay, 21,000. So this is a level 20 craft, so it becomes more worth our while to do those higher level crafts now, especially as we've got everything we need. Budding maple wand. Well, my guess is we're going to need a maple wand. Oh wow, let's just double check. So I need a normal maple wand for that, and this one would need a normal maple wand as well. Okay, so first things first, we need growth formula alpha. So right click by crafting method. I am going to quick synthesize this. I can make 99 of them. I would use up 99 of all my stock. You know what? Let's do it. Now this is going to take a while, so I'm, just grab a cuppa. Take a minute. You'll notice that we're getting only about 60 XP per by making our own growth formula alpha. That's okay, because we're going to need it anyway. So in about another 2 or 3 minutes, we'll be done. We are making, teeny tiny advances. You're just not seeing much movement on the XP. You'll also note, if you look, you can't see the boxes I've covered it, yeah. Now that we're not in Limsa and the gold sellers aren't around, I'll uncover that. So over there you'll see that you get the same amount of XP for a normal bottle of growth formula as you do for a perfect bottle of growth formula. The difference is though, you can sell it for more in the markets because it is that good, but the reason you can sell it for more is that you have, when other crafters use it, it gives them a boost in their quality right out of the gate, and we're going to see that in a minute. Just give her time to, you know, get this out of the system. We're going to go looking for some level 50 gear, and I don't think we can get it until we unlock Heavensward. I know it's going to pop, and I'm going to just about die of shock. Alright, well, while she does that, let's have a look. In Party Finder, so what happens a lot is people get sick of waiting, understandably, and they put up a Party Finder. This is Party Finder. Now, in Party Finder, we're just going to... Okay, this is a locked duty, so I can't go and join it no matter what. I can't even see what it is, okay? If I click on it, locked duty, it won't tell me what it is. This Necron dude is kind of sus. Come kill so I can continue my MSQ. Alright, so here's another person wanting to do the MSQ, and they're not getting any luck in Duty Finder, so they've put out a call in Party Finder. There's fours and against. The fours are a lot of people look in Party Finder now to get the job that they want to get done. And the against is if you're not queuing in Duty Finder, everyone else who needs to do it, who might be queuing, and so few people do, who might be queuing, will miss your call. So yeah, it's one of those things. You just got to decide which way to jump. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing right with it. But it's awkward. My theory: if you queue in Duty Finder, then everyone has a chance to run it. Especially if you're new and you don't know to look in Party Finder, which was me for many thousands, well, not many thousands, but many hundreds of hours. No, I'm starting to feel old. Nearly done. Yeah, is there any interest whatsoever? Oh, wow, we have a tank. There you go, we're one step closer. One step closer, I know. I might just keep recording today until it pops. We'll see how long it takes. Yesterday, it took me 5 hours to queue for and run the last 3, the 2 dungeons and the trial for the end of A Realm Reborn. 5 hours. So I got a fair amount done. I mean, because while you're queuing, you can't do any duties for your other classes. So I leveled a few classes up to the point where they had duties, and then moved on to the next class. But yeah, it does get frustrating. It does. Leveling up your crafting class is probably your best bet, though. You just have to change out and change in. You're not going to be caught in the middle of a fight, or in the middle of a fate, or in the middle of a battle lev quest. Yeah. Alright, we're done. Yay. Okay. That's my growth formula alpha. I have some nice high quality ones. Oh, sorry, Quicksilver. Is that what I was doing? No, we're good. Back to our maple wand. We have some high quality growth formula alphas and some maple branches. Let us craft these. We shall study them. We shall observe. We shall use, tricks of the trade to get back our CP. We shall use great strides. Tricks of the trade. I know it does use one of your great strides, so be aware of that. Basic touch. Boom. Into veneration. Down to crafting. That is our maple wand. Back to N. Oops. We were in N. My bad. Back to maple wand. Okay. Back to budding maple wand. We now have a high quality maple wand. We have some high quality growth formula alpha. I missed the beast skin blood. You know where to find that, right? I'll be back for it. Don't mind me. I'm a bit of a ditz today. We're going to go back to the Alchemy Guild. Alchemy. And we're going to guess, what is it? Beast skin blood. I forgot to also check to see if I had any in with my retainers, because I might have. My bad. Yeah, I have 42 in with Thragoth. Alright, well in that case, we're going to go down to the Sapphire Road Exchange. Avenue Exchange, here we go. I know, what's my mic doing over there? Don't ask. Apologies for the soft sound, guys. Over to our summoning bell. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, and it was Thragoth. He is such a big fella. Tall and imposing. Beast skin blood, here we are. Okay. Well, I guess we could just, no, because I want to see what Rorik's face looks like when I hand him a high quality budding maple wand. Back to the Adventurers Guild. And around the corner. We can just cut through here, actually. Just go up here. Wave at, Momodi as we go through. Hi, Momodi. And run out through here. And we'll stop here. Go in. Go into recipe search. We will go to Maple Wand. We will go to Budding Maple Wand. We will select our materials all over again. And we'll synthesize. And then we'll go Observe. Great Strides. Basic Touch. Veneration. Alright, oh wow, that was my first ever Budding Maple Wand. Excellent, that's another way to level up, by the way. Let's see if Rorik likes it enough to want another one. Handing in, get a nice bonus, we're at 18,000. No, he was not impressed enough to want another Budding Maple Wand. Rude man. Alrighty, let's go with J for Journal. What are we doing next? Shut up and take my gill. An ash wand. Well, maybe we can impress him this time. Okay, and we're at level 48. That's pretty good. Now, was it an ash wand or a budding ash wand? No, just a normal ash wand. Okay. We have growth formula beta and an ash branch. So let's see what we can make out of those. Observe. And Great Strides. Basic Touch. Standard Touch. Basic Touch. I haven't popped the mushroom yet either. And Master's Mend. That's much better. Veneration. And Basic Synthesis. Boom. Alright. Shut up and take my gill. Let's check and see if he likes this one enough to want some more. 22,000, not to be sneezed at. Nope, he's a fussy beggar, isn't he not? Okay, and again, J. We are after Book in a Hard Place. Engraved hard leather grimoire. Now we mustn't forget to make our leather grimoire first. Alright, one hard leather grimoire, which will bring up the engraved one as well. That's pretty good. We've never made them before in our lives. We forgot to make our enchanted iron ink. Let's get that stuff cooking first. I have made that before, so I'm going to be extremely lazy with it. Let me just quit out of that. Extremely lazy, Ros. We're quick synthing this one. Alright. Give it some time. We're actually making 186 XP with our 200% XP bonus. How are we going with our well, there are 2 of us now wanting to get through the MSQ. Make a bet that's a brand spanking new tank. Or a really nice experienced one going, wow, someone needs some help. I would say it's someone who needs to run that one in particular. Here we go. We will get there. It just takes time. And it's really hard to pick the time too. Like, you know, sometimes it'll pop straight away in the morning. You're like, yes, thank you, Voyagers. And then next time it's like the Voyagers aren't there. Or they're doing something different. I thought I saw a notification for a party earlier on today pop up. So. But these are our crafters. Let's get them up to speed. I should probably also check their quests too. Just I think for some of the quests I need to have better level gear. So we'll see how we go about that. Boom. Alright, so I do need to remember to get the materia out of my stuff. So we have over here, you can have a look, you got 6 high quality stuff and 31 normal, and we have not yet failed, which is good. Oops, something else. A pair of brass earrings. We should check in and see if maybe there's some crafting gear that we can afford with our grand company. We should definitely check that. Right, end our synthesis. Go down to hard leather grimoire. We can now use our high quality enchanted iron. Oh, no we can't. Hop out of that, so you don't need to panic too much. We do need to remember what class you're in. Did we sign on as Red Mage? No, we signed on as our Monk. Oh, yes! Now, today that's only taken an hour and a half. I should be ending the session right now, but I think we won't mess around. We'll just have a slightly longer session so that we can get Akh Afah Amphitheater done, and then next episode I won't be boring you to tears with crafting. We'll be heading on with the main story to try and get to Heavensward. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. I've only ever done this once.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down.
Oh, she's not friendly. Radio.
We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
Okay. Oh, let's go. Oh my gosh. The artwork in this game is absolutely incredible. go. 1, 4, 7, 6, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 2, 1, 12, 4, 6. I'm not actually watching the battlefield as much as I should. Uh-oh, that does not look good. I know, eventually I'm going to end up on my... Now, do we need to be in there with... Oh, whoa, okay, 7. And 8. And 7. And 8. So what I'm doing is I've switched now to multi-attacks on the grounds that there are multiple opponents. And probably it's, I don't know, helpful, maybe. Oh, ouch, I don't think that nice lady likes me anymore. Well, too bad, she and I. So let's fix that knockback problem we've got. Uh-oh, where is everyone moving to? Ah, that's right. We all get frozen no matter what with this. Okay. Ah. Let's go. Help the healer. Get some healing ourselves. Put in 4. Put in 3. Put in 4. Put in 6. I think is my biggest punch. And then we go 5. Then control 0. And then 1. And 2. And control 3. And 6. And 4. That's the first limit break. I'm going to let a more experienced. And 4. And then 2. When I first did this fight, I did this with all of my effects showing and all the effects for everyone showing. Someone used the limit break, yeah. Like I said, a more experienced DPS. Or a more impatient one, but there we go. That's it. That's Akh Afah Amphitheater hard. It doesn't take long, and we are there. Alright. I'm just going to say good game, thank you. Oh, thank you, Aika. It doesn't mean... Oh, good. Player commendation. Thanks, Aika. Alright. Oh, so good. Okay. Here we go. I remember these as usually used to being in the actual thing and you'd be stuck in this and couldn't say goodbye, but I don't know if they've changed it or if I'm remembering wrong. Oh.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
Oh, she's not happy with me.
You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause.
Oh, convince me.
You fight in a war you do not understand.
Absolutely.
A pawn of liars and schemers.
Now.
And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why. Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth.
Wow. I should click. Sorry.
Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after.
Well, that much is true.
Seek the keeper of the lake. See
Okay.
with eyes unclouded.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Do not squander Mother's gift.
Okay.
Hear, feel, think.
Oh, wow. I just got goosebumps. I know, Ros, she's gone. Where'd she go, though? That's the question. Oh, no, not these guys.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased.
Not La Brea, who's
How
this?
unfortunate.
La Brea will be pleased. How unfortunate. Okay. Oh, that's right. The Asians have got... I've only gone through this far once and with a lot of speed. And so I've missed so many teeny tiny bits. People were impatient, so we didn't get to watch everything. Oh, let's go talk to Mimbrita. Actually, we're going to talk to Mimbrita next episode. Guys, if you've enjoyed this episode and finally getting to run through Akh Afah Amphitheater hard, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. If there's anything else you want to see in particular, please let me know in the comments below. But apart from that, have a really good week out there, and I'll check you later. Take care.